basic techniques to me. And our interpretation, there's going to be a billion different interpretations. Anything we're going to do, there can be more than one interpretation. So if I show you something and you say, can we do it this way, can we do it that way? Of course you can. If it works, if it's practical. The classic example was people would come up to Tatsuo Shimabuku and they'd say, Sensei, can do. And they'd demonstrate something, and Sensei would say, oh, maybe you can do it. In other words, try it stupid and see if it works. And that's my translation, so that was it. That was the biggest mistake in how they asked. Sensei can do it. Of course you can do it if it works. The way I would ask is, I would say, Sensei, what is this for? Then he would show you a basic interpretation. But I'm saying, and I used to sit there, and people would ask him, and argue, or they wouldn't ask him, they would sit here and argue what a technique was. And Sensei would just be sitting there. And then all you had to do was walk up and ask him, but they never did. They'd walk up, Sensei can do, oh yeah, he said it's this way. Of course it can. Anything that works is good. Now, there's more than one way of doing it, but you'll hear me say the word preferred. There is a superior way. In anything we do, there's always going to be a superior. If I show you two techniques, generally one will be superior to the other. Sometimes it'll be equal. But I'm just saying, so you have to analyze which is a superior technique. There is a superior technique, okay? To give an example, and we always do this in body mechanics, everybody argues that the twist punch is superior. It's actually the weaker of the two punches, if I go vertical punch or a twist punch. So there is a superior way. If anybody's never seen that before, then like I said, we can show you. But there is. Just like the thumb on top is stronger than the thumb on the side. It can be argued, but we can prove it in what? Less than half a minute. So in anything, if you're not sure, I'm sure your teachers have already taught you. Well, first thing, how many people here aren't Isshin-Ryu? Oh, see, nobody snuck in. How come we didn't know this? No, that way I know how to gear it. You know, I get to know if it's all Isshin-Ryu. You're the only one? Everybody else is Isshin-Ryu? Everybody else? What style? Okay. How do you get here? What is it? No, I don't know. So most of these people already know what we're talking about. So unless you want to see it, there you go. So there is a superior method, and there's, like I said. Now, I give a seminar. I give a lot of seminars, and a lot of people say, well, you mean to tell me you can do it more than one way? Of course you can. That's why we have different styles. That's why even in Isshin-Ryu, we don't always do it the same way, right? You don't think it. Take a look at all the bad guys. They wear black. Good guys who wear white. You know? And some guys are safe. They go half and half. So I'm just saying. So everybody, if we all saw eye to eye, then it wouldn't work like it. So any questions, basic questions on any technique first, so we don't have to wait around. Yeah.
Sensei, in Kusanku, I've heard that there are 3 different ways that you can use the Kamae as a block. Two billion. One of them is to come from in and down, and the other one is to go from side to side like a chop block. The last interpretation of this type of block I have a little problem with. Is it when you're coming from, is it the rear hand that's blocking when you do this kind of a strike?
That's a quick carry, we'll find out. First, when you're first doing it, first thing is when you do it like Kusanku, you're just going like this. If we do it in slow motion, that's how you find the body mechanics of anything. The first thing is you're just going like this, it's coming over. This is how Tatsuo used to explain it. You don't, like a bow, a bow or a shinai or anything, you don't come down because centrifugal force carries you. You don't come in because now it becomes weak. So what you're doing, you're actually coming what? Down and then slightly in, like this, you see? So you're directing it. Now, we'll just try this. Like when you're punching here, to give you an example. First thing is, there's the block. You can see it's already blocking. There's the completion of the block. Okay? And when you're smaller than me, now you can really see how it works. If you're bigger, it still works, see? But now the head comes. So this gives me chinkuchi. In other words, it controls my energy. Chinkuchi is just what? Technique, proper technique, putting all your energy in the right place. So what I'm doing is I'm directing. I direct the arm, then I redirect right here, but my hand is now protected here. If I don't throw him, just like here, now he counter punches here, this hand is already in the way. You see what I'm talking about? So it's already here. So this is the basic one, all right? The second one, now when we go in Kusanku, we're what? We're going off to the side. So now, we're not only going forward now, we're going to the side. So now when you're making an attack again, like here, you're punching here, Now I'm directing what, see? This is just protecting right here, all right? So that's a second interpretation. No, this is basic, just a basic block right here, all right? Now, hidden techniques. Tatsuo didn't teach us, but now we're just gonna go. Now, hold it now, we're about to show you an advanced technique here. Advanced basic technique here, okay? So now everybody says, well, you're blocking with the forward. So now when he's punching like here, and then here, see? Now I block with this first. Now what you're doing is here, give an example. Okay? What I did is I blocked with this. I just did this one now. And the reason for it is, watch, when you're punching, it takes a little while for me to move my hand over here, right? Where already he's right here, you see? In other words, this is what? In other words, you're punching here, there's your palm here block. Now there's my what? But now I'm no longer using it as a block, I'm now using it as a strike. So when we first learn it, the basic is what? It is a basic knife hand block. But advanced, for all you people that now want to go to step 2, black belt level, it's now a strike. So all blocks are strikes, all strikes are blocks, if you understand it. But when Tatsuo first taught it, it was a basic what? Block. Now, if I'm over here and I'm now fighting you and I just go like this, then it's no more than a command. Now I don't have to go into any technical. All I have to do is what? I'm just the way I'm positioning my hand. And I can do the same thing here, okay? Now it becomes a command. Now in Kusanku, since it's a night fighting kata, now we're doing what? We're feeling. New interpretation, right? So now I'm feeling it's nighttime. It's supposed to be dark, pitch dark. So I'm going over here, we all know the kata here. We're now coming here. Now all of a sudden it's night, pitch black. I can't see anything, but I touch something. As soon as I touch it, you're going to kick or whatever the hell you're going to do. I'm just getting the hell out of there. So that's what it is. Now, for all you people that are, now you can verify with these ninjas. One of the techniques is, if you see the old samurai movies, is they take the scabbard, they take the sword, they've got the sword right over here, right? Now they got the scabbard. And then they have a cord that holds the scabbard. So now he's holding it, he's got the sword here, and he's got an extension. Okay, you gotta use a little imagination to have a sword here. So this is the sword, there's the scabbard, just visualize, now I have reach, you see here, and I'm holding. So it's nighttime. See, now if I touch you, you swing, I'm that far away from you. Swoosh, I drop, now it's desheathed and in it. This is an old ninja technique, verified. See? It's a samurai technique. So there are many, I mean, you know, Isshin-Ryu is unique. It's taught all over in Asia. Different fighting arts teach night fighting time. So you're having an extension here. Well, that's what the heck you're doing here. So as soon as now everybody keeps saying, well, you're blocking this guy here and all this, you've done no more than what? You just, boom, you just come back and you're in the Kamae. We haven't blocked or anything. I just evaded. That's all you're doing. Did we answer your question? Yes.
Yeah. The one where you're coming over, you're catching on the forearm muscle,
Forearm.
but you can use the edge of the hand too.
I'm doing both.
Right,
When
the
you
second
first-
one is edge of the hand,
When you
the
first, okay, back here. Yeah, push him out. The first thing is what I'm doing it here, when he's doing it, all I'm doing, like you're attacking here, right? First thing is, there's a block right here, right? Okay? Now, this is a point of reference. In other words, just like a basic block. Now, if I hit him here, that counts. But the basic is, there's the basic, it's a forearm block. But then it becomes a knife hand block. Or now it becomes a strike. Once I learn, I can strike instead. You're authorized to use any part from point A right up to here. Okay? That's your striking surface. This is specific. This is your basic beginner. You always want to learn because you're going with mass. Then we're going to pinpoint. That's your advanced technique. So now what did I do? You don't know unless I put the target here. Now that was a strike, no longer a block. If he's shorter, now it becomes a strike. When he's taller like this, you see what I mean? It still becomes a strike, but now where? There we go. So it depends on my target. One guy I'm hitting him collarbone, the other guy I'm hitting him solar plexus. So it can be a block, it can be a strike. Okay, just try this. Get your partner, get the same size. About the same size.